So last year's HP Envy 15 completely flew in under the radar because of its price. For under 1,500 bucks, you got a 4K OLED display, RTX 2060, H series processor, and 16 gigabytes of RAM, all inside an ultra portable form factor that was premium. This year, HP announced the HP Envy 14 at CES 2021 with a dedicated GPU. Now, what makes this different compared to previous Envy 14s is the display. This is using a 16:10 aspect ratio at 14 inches. Now, to put this in context, this retails for $1,189, and you get an i5 processor, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and a GTX 1650 Max-Q. If you look at the competition, this is priced so much better. Razer Book 13, same sort of specs, but you only get half the RAM, no dedicated GPU for 1,200 bucks. Dell XPS 13, you can buy it for 100 bucks cheaper, but again, you're gonna get half the RAM and no dedicated GPU. This is giving you so much more for an extra $89 to $189. Now the build quality, very similar to the Envy 15. It even looks like it, just smaller. Premium, metal, the top of the lid is a bit squishy, exactly like the Omen 15, and that's because HP leaves a gap between the deck of the keyboard and the display. Look, I know some of you might feel this is a bit cheap, but personally, I think it's a good idea. By allowing airflow inside of the laptop, it can go through the intake vent on the top and then push out through the bottom. If you're an individual who's planning to connect this to an eGPU or put it on their desk as some sort of desk setup, you're probably gonna close it. And when you close it, you want a bit of airflow. Port selection is fantastic. On the left-hand side, you have your audio jack, your USB port, HDMI, Thunderbolt 4, and then on the right-hand side, you have your power connector, another USB port, and a micro SD card slot. Now, the display is one of the more exciting things about this laptop because it's 14 inches, but it's also 16:10, and you know how I feel about 16:10 or 3:2. If you're doing productivity or content creation, you just get more vertical space and about 10 to 11% more room to work with. Now, it is a glossy display, so there is gonna be a bit of reflection, but it's a bright display, almost 500 nits of brightness, very good color gamut and color accuracy. Now, HP calibrates all of their displays straight out of the factory. Now, the hinge is not as stiff as the hinge on the Stealth 13 from Razer, but it's still stiff enough, like you're not gonna get crazy screen wobble. Keyboard, very comfortable to type on, good travel distance. You even have a fingerprint scanner if you want to use Windows Hello to log you in. Again, this is not a speaker, this is an intake grill. The speakers are on the bottom of the laptop. Touchpad, nice and big, very accurate. Not as good as the Surface laptop, but good overall. Sticker placement is just crazy. Like, there is crookedness everywhere. The sticker guy is obviously drinking again. But look, there is more stickers on this laptop than there is in my daughter's sticker book. And if that's what it takes to get the price down, then I'm okay with it. Now, the performance is actually pretty good. If you're talking about multi-core speeds, obviously an AMD CPU is gonna be faster, there's more cores to work with, but comparing it to the i7 that's inside of the Razer Book 13, this i5 in here ended up beating it out in multi-core speeds. Single core speeds was a different story. It still performed well, but because that's an i7, it was able to boost higher, providing faster single core clock speeds. Now, this laptop is aimed towards creators. And if you're using Adobe Photoshop and you're processing images, it actually performed very well. If you're using Adobe Premiere Pro and you're editing video, it also performed well. Obviously not as good as the Envy 15 because there's more powerful hardware inside, but very good for a light, portable 14-inch laptop. Now, developers, I compiled Mozilla Firefox, and look, you're probably gonna aim towards an AMD laptop, and you should, because you will get the best results for compiling code if you're using the CPU. But this did a pretty good job. Like, it was able to keep up with the MacBook Air M1 in terms of compile time. Thermals are pretty good on this laptop. I didn't see any thermal throttling or drop frames when I was gaming. It's a little conservative, so you will see the CPU sit around 2.3 gigahertz when it's being completely taxed, but no complaints overall. Fan noise is interesting. Like, this thing can get very loud if you leave it on performance mode, but there's different options you can choose in the HP Command Center to lower the fan noise. Of course, this will be at the expense of performance, but if you're just typing notes and you don't want to hear the fans, you can leave it on quiet. Internally, not much is upgradable except for the NVMe SSD. The RAM is soldered onto the motherboard. Now, this is pretty cool. I don't often see manufacturers use copper plates to cool the RAM and the NVMe SSD. I think that's pretty awesome. Now, heat management, you're looking at 2 fans with 2 chunky copper heat pipes. I would have loved the fans to be on opposite ends, but overall it's doing the trick. Battery is 63 watt hours, and I was getting really good battery life with this thing, 12 hours and 30 minutes before needing to charge. So here's the bottom line. The build quality is good. It's not as good as the Dell XPS 13 or the Razer Book 13 or even the MacBook Air, but it's good. And the fact that you're getting the dedicated GPU, double the RAM, and a 1920 by 1200 display for around the same price as some of those other laptops I mentioned is a deal alone. The thing I like about the Envy lineup is they don't sacrifice the wrong things. They give you the good stuff, and the stuff they do sacrifice are in little areas that most people don't care about. So yeah, this is another winner in my books. This goes up there with the HP Envy 15. And if you're interested in checking this out, I'll place a link to it in the description down below. If you have any more questions about it, feel free to hit me up on Discord. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.